Welcome back to another video. My name is Abby and today we're talking about one secret to changing your life. Now, if you want more videos like this one, more content like this, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button. The bell notification is going to let you know when I release new stuff. So, one secret to changing your life. This information is coming from the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you haven't checked him out already, put his name, after you watch this video, put his name in that search bar for YouTube and you will not be disappointed. So to get into the secret, you need to understand the bigger picture. So the first thing is that your thoughts right now, every thought you have is influencing your life. Every time you think a thought, your body releases a chemical, which is going to make your body feel the way you're thinking. So every time that happens, you're going to think more thoughts to go with that feeling, and you can see that starts to create a loop. How you think, how you act, and how you feel is your state of being. And Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about how you think and how you feel is what sends out your electromagnetic signature into the quantum field. That's essentially, if you think about like a jukebox, you're selecting a song. That's what you're doing in the quantum field for what experiences you want to have, how you're thinking and how you're feeling. So when 90% of most people's thoughts are what they thought yesterday, and we think 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, you can start to see how that is lining up. And the big thing here is emotions. And Dr. Joe describes emotions as end results from past experiences. So you have an experience and the end result from that is going to be an emotion. So if you think about it, maybe 5 years ago, someone broke up with you. Maybe 10 years ago, you lost the job and the career you thought you were going to have. You go through the world and you're angry, or maybe you're frustrated, or maybe you feel like you're not good enough. Whatever it is at the seed of that experience, as you do it more and more and more, it starts to produce an identity, really. So it is natural for a human being to have emotions. And in this, it's not about suppressing the emotions, not about denying emotions of anger and frustration. It's about feeling them and letting them flow through. So then you can move on and go back to homeostasis. Now, the issue happens is in those other examples of, say you got dumped or you got let go of this job, well, you have that emotion. Well, then it lingers. And this is a refractory period, Dr. Joe describes it as. So you go on, and then it's been a week, it's been a couple months, it's been a year, and it goes on and on and on, from a mood to a temperament to a personality trait to a sense of identity. So now, rather than this thing happening, you having emotions of frustration, not feeling good enough, whatever the case may be in that experience for you, that emotion, you take it as who you are. So then you go out into the world, and since your body is used to feeling that emotion because you've never recovered from it, because your refractory period just elongates, and it's not like a couple weeks you move on and you start getting better and you move past that, your body still feels like it is in the past. It is still living in that emotion. And again, 60 to 80,000 thoughts, and 90% of those thoughts are from what happened before. You can see that your life is going to be very predictable because you know exactly what's going to happen, because your body needs to feel that. It's going to choose from the quantum field. You're going to send that thought and that feeling out. Just like a jukebox, you're going to punch in that number. The universe is going to reflect it back to you. And it is going to be the same exact experience that you have had. If you ever notice that people continually find the same type of person that they're dating, or they get into a work situation and they have this dynamic, that is that loop. You are literally going out into the world because you're not perceiving the world as it is, you're perceiving the world as you are, and it is only equal. Dr. Joe says you can only perceive equal to where you are. So the secret here to changing your life is to be defined by a vision of the future. When you wake up in the morning, that person that you're going to be, who is it? How are you going to think? How are you going to move in the world? To go through in that future you, that vision is not those old emotional patterns, is not stuck in that frustration and anger and whatever else it is that you're stuck in from your past. You understand that that energy is trapped in your body, and those are sensations. Your body's going to want to go back to its normal state of anger and you realize that that is not you, that it was just a prolonged state from a past experience. That experience, whatever it is, even if it was absolutely detrimental, that experience does not have to define who you are, and most importantly, what your future life can be. The only way to do this is to be defined by a vision of the future. If you don't, you will always be defined by memories of the past. Your life will be predictable, and all those dreams that you're wanting to come true will not, because your identity is stuck in the experiences that you don't want to have. After the age of 35, 95% of your life is run by your subconscious. So only 5% of your brain is trying to create that vision, unless you're understanding the dynamic that is necessary to be defined by a vision of the future. It's going to involve meditation. It's going to involve lowering your brain waves, taking advantage of the two most important times of the day, which is right as you're waking up and right as you're going to sleep, because you're in theta brainwave. As those brain waves are going down and you're tuning out the world, you're actually able to better have a sense of what's going on inside of you. Start seeing who it is that you are being. What thoughts are you thinking daily? How are those thoughts perpetuating memories of the past that you no longer want, that you can choose to surrender, to completely let go and to give up? When you begin to live your life being defined by a vision of the future, you'll start having new thoughts, which is going to create new behaviors, which is going to create new choices, and ultimately is going to help you have new experiences. Those new experiences are going to bring in new emotions, and you will begin to shift away from who you were in the past and move into being that vision that you are now defined by. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like button. It really helps to spread this information and support this channel. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.